we'll do a strategy session on trading 15-minute candles with double patterns and qualifying trades so that the setups are good setups and that they have a high probability, possibility of winning, which is what we want to do in trading. We want to win. We don't want to lose money. We want to make money. So let's figure that out. Okay, I've circled 3 different setups here on the chart, and I'll go through them one by one with you and show you how we qualify these in real time. Okay, let's go ahead and back things up right here, and we also have a checklist here we can go through. Okay, starting off, we need a good time of day. New York Open is good, 9:30 to 11:30, 12 noon, something like that. Let's just make sure we have volume and volatility. Okay, let's not trade when nobody's around, everybody's sleeping, or nobody's interested in trading. Let's trade when everybody else is around, so we can use their money to push market higher and make money. Okay, now the way I trade, this is trend continuation. Okay, this is not picking tops. This is not picking bottoms. This is not kind of ICT or smart money concepts, anything like that. We're just trading in the range. We're trying to get like a nice little 2-to-1, return on our money, 3-to-1 maybe even if we're lucky. We're not trying to swing for the fences here. These are solid trades that we can take every single day based on a 15-minute candle pattern. I'm going to show you right now. We're going to scan for those double patterns on the 15, and if we see a good candidate, we're going to check out the RSI and pivot support on it. I'll show you what all that means right now. Okay, we're scanning for a mid-range charts patterns that are showing us a double pattern. What I mean by that is we want 2 color changes, okay, after a push up. Okay, so we're looking for we've got a okay, we've got a situation here where we have we are looking for price to move up. Price is moving up. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. We have a big push up here, color change to red, another push, color change to red, color change to green. So normally this would be something we look at. However, there's a problem with this one. And the problem with this one, we've got a push up and 2 color changes and a return to green. But the problem with this one is the size of the green in relationship to the size of the red right next to it. I mean, that is a lot of down pressure in a very recent period, like the prior 15-minute period. It's too much. We're not trying to bounce the trade, okay? It's just not going to work. It doesn't work, in a high probability kind of way, a 75, 80% kind of way. It never works that way. That's maybe a 10, 20% probability trade right there. So I'm going to skip that one and wait for another push up and another pair of reds color change, okay? So here we go. Okay, here's the next push up. Okay, looking for a pair of reds. There's a red, green, green, and okay, looking for another red. Yeah, 3 greens. There's your red. Okay, we got a pair of reds after a push up, and now we just need 1 green. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is what we're looking for. A nice strong push up, 1 red, 2 reds, finishing off with a green. Playing the color change game. That's all we're doing. It's simple. Okay, now go to the checklist. What do we need? We have our candidate. Let's check RSI and pivot support. RSI. Is RSI above 55? That's where we need it. Yes, it is. RSI is well above 55. RSI is actually at about 66. It's nice and strong. We want a nice, strong RSI. Next thing, pivot support. The trade is going to work out a hell of a lot better if we have a pivot supporting the candle that we're using as our trigger candle, okay? So this is our trigger candle, and remember, these are 15-minute candles, so we have time while this is forming to evaluate these things. It's not like you have to do this like in 3 seconds. You've got time to look at this, okay? I'm going to put, when I start to notice it's about 10 minutes in, 12, 13 minutes in, I'm evaluating all these things. I can see my RSI is strong. I can take a horizontal line, okay, and I can put it under the trigger candle that I'm looking to buy here. It's the first green after a pair of reds, color changes. Okay, and I can look back to the left and I can see, wow, yeah, I've got pivot support, meaning this resistance here is now going to become, hopefully, support for our position. Pivot down, pivot up, okay? So what have I got? I'm in the mid-range. It's a good time of day with volume volatility. I scan for a double. I found a good candidate. I check the RSI, it's good. I check pivot support, it's got pivot support. I like it when an RSI puts in a double pattern on the RSI chart. Basically, it's just showing me that these two things are both occurring above the 55, and it has it. You can see the double bottom here relating to these two bottoms. So those are all really good too. Okay. And then finally, we look back past the last couple of breakthroughs. By breakthroughs, I just mean, and actually this one didn't have breakthroughs, but oftentimes you'll have price in between the pivot support and the pivot support, or pivot resistance, pivot support. Price can go like this and like pay no attention at all to it. So it doesn't always do that, but in this case it did not, but oftentimes it will. So basically I'm just saying you can look past through that. In this case we didn't have it, but that doesn't really matter because we've got the pivot support. So anyway, basically we've qualified everything here. One last thing to look for is, are we against a 15-minute 8 or a 5-minute 20? That adds additional support for our position, and yes, we actually wicked right off of 15-minute 8, okay, right there. And if we were to check the 5-minute 20, if we were to add a 5-minute 20, we'd probably find that it was right there too. Let's take a look. We'll make this into a 5-minute 20. Just uncheck everything else. See where that 5-minute 20 is. Yeah, we're basically right there. 5-minute 20. They're almost exactly the same line at this point. Okay, so that's really cool because a 15-minute 8, 5-minute 20 are both very supportive EMAs. So that's basically it. We're good to go. We're now probably the most important thing of all, I haven't talked about it yet, is we need to leverage for 3/4 to 1%. Okay, right now I'm trading about 3/4%. That's $1,500 per trade risk. So if I looked at this and I said, okay, well, what's the pip range? About 300 here to about 2150, about 150. Okay, 150 pips, 1500. 150 pips. It's a 10 lot, so we can put a 10 lot in here on this one. And then finally, we need a target. So let's look for a target. In trying to look for a target, we basically what we're targeting is resistance. Okay, we're not, there's a lot of consolidation over here to the left. So I would be inclined to use the midpoint of all this consolidation as resistance, or as a target. So I would be inclined to place my target right about there. And if I were to check to see what the R to R on that is, I would find that it was putting the stop under these candles here, last couple candles, and the target up here. Let's see where, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one here. Target could be about a 1.6, about a 1.6. You could sell some at 1.6 and try to hold some more for, maybe the top of this range here, 3.26. You could do that. So those are a couple different targets. So T1, T2. Okay. Well, anyway, got my 10 lot in. What we can do is do 2 5s. 1 5 there, and then 5 more. Okay, we got 10 total. Okay, so let's see how it plays out. Right away, we're kind of in the green. We're moving up. And I'm going to switch to a 1 minute. It's just easier to see. Okay, right away, we've already just about hit our first target. So because I can't really, let's see here. It doesn't do it. Oh, I reversed. Okay, damn it. Anyway, let's flatten out. Um, okay, we sold everything. All right, we made $2,687. I'm sorry we sold it all because I don't know if it went higher or not. Actually, it looks like it did not. So, yeah, that was the top. Okay, so that was actually a good target. That was actually a great target. All right, so that's basically it. That shows you everything you need to know. If you want to get a copy of this, let me know. And we we've pretty much gone through the whole thing. Yeah, it's a great system. I'm really developing it really well lately, and I encourage you to take a look at it and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, take care.